He's around, guys. He's around. So welcome back for another episode of The Crazy Sasquatch Football Picks, guys. You've seen our previous episodes. We have done, went through each team, what we thought what they're going to do this year. We've done fantasy league players. Right now we're just doing the top 10 overall players at each position. We did quarterbacks yesterday, guys. We're going to do running backs today. Preseason, training camp, whatever, has already started. I guess there is no preseason. So, training camp, there's guys already getting cut, I'm seeing. There's guys opting out. Yesterday, the day before, Damian Williams. Damian Williams, Kansas City Chiefs, starting running back, opted out. The rookie Hilaire now maybe their starter. Who knows? McCoy got signed by Tampa Bay yesterday. So there's a lot of movement yet coming into training camp for the next 3 weeks before season starts here. So we're going to give us our top 10 picks right now, guys. I'm going to go on like the surroundings, who they have to surround them, their team, their schedule. Brett's going to go a lot on their talent. If you want to explain how you do it.
Just which player's better in skills and not how they're going to perform, because you could have an elite quarterback that could be on one of the worst teams. Like I have the worst team as the Jaguars. If you put like a Patrick Mahomes on the Jaguars, he'll still do good, but his stats will go way down. So I'm just doing pure talent, because you could also have one of the worst quarterbacks on one of the best teams and they'll look good. But I'm just doing pure talent-wise, so the teams around them don't count. They do. Last video, I did Tom Brady in my top 10 quarterbacks, and I put him there because he had a very bad team around him. He was holding up that team, and his number one receiver led the league in drop passes. That's the only time I would mention the teams around them, if they're holding the players back or if they're holding them up. But if a running back holds a team up, they're definitely going to be in here. But if they're on a bad team and they do bad, and then they switch to a good team and they do good, that could be, they could either be good or bad. It all matters about the team, their offensive line, or the team around them. But a good player could switch to any team and still be good. A bad player can only be good in certain teams.
So I said I'm going to do more of what's around that player right now, their schedule, talent around them. So we're going to go through our list of the guys that didn't make our top 10. I'm going to go through mine and give you a reason why they didn't quite make the top 10. And then we'll start from 10, 9 on up of our top 10 running backs. And I said this could change simply because of guys opting out, guys getting traded or signed. But as of right now, the 1st of August here, guys, we got a month before. Hopefully the season starts on time, everything goes smooth. We'll see. I'm hoping it does. But and then here's our top 10. But first, here's the guys that I chose that are just right out of the top 10. I guess saying that, there's a lot of rookies. I mean, I think there's going to be a changing of the guard here in running back the next few years. There are a lot of good rookies this year, just to name them. Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Kansas City. Jonathan Taylor Swift for Detroit. Akers for the Rams. Keyshawn Vaughn for Tampa Bay. Dobbins for Baltimore. Zach Moss for Buffalo. Even A.J. Dillon for Green Bay can all get playing time, guys. These are a lot of rookies that are going to try to prove themselves this year in the pros. There's a lot of good second-year running backs, from Josh Jacobs to David Montgomery, Miles Sanders, Singletary. So between the rookies and the second-year running backs, I think you have a good group of guys coming up. You got a lot of older running backs like Gurley and some of these that have been around for a while that we'll see how much they got left in their tanks, guys. But unlike quarterbacks, I can't see. We didn't have any top 10 rookies in our quarterbacks just because there's no preseason games. There's not enough time for them to get used to the timing of the pros and their new receivers, their new coaches. Running backs may be a little different. I'm not going to give up my picks quite yet, but rookie running backs could be a little different. You said Damian Williams for Kansas City back out. The guy they had second was Clyde Hilaire on their team. You may have a rookie bumped up to the starting position. he's got to prove himself in camp, though. You got Henderson right behind him. Or not Henderson, sorry. You got three or four other running backs right behind him. Henderson's, I'm thinking about, is on Rams guys, which you have Akers. So, there's another rookie with a veteran that you may see a battle there. So starting the guys that I didn't think quite made it. Kamura is right on the edge. If things play out right, he could be in the top 10. But, he does like 800 yards receiving, 800 yards rushing. That's 1,600 yards. That's good. He's going to be kind of injury prone the last couple of years, and that's where it kind of scares me a little bit. I think between the injuries and kind of dropped, he's more, actually, he's 50-50 receiving and rushing running back. Melvin Gordon going to a new team, but he's battling with Lindsey. I think they're going to be splitting time. They're 50-50. Based on talent, very good. Based on how many touchdowns he's going to get and how many rushing yards he's going to get, kind of like in the fantasy type realm, he's going to be splitting time with another running back with Lindsey. I can't get him in my top 10 as a running back this year because of his stats going to be a little lower. Aaron Jones for Green Bay. You already got a backup there, and all of a sudden you pick up another rookie in Dillon. Dillon's going to start picking up. I mean, he's a big guy that can run fast. I think he's going to start taking some goal line touchdowns away from Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is in a contract year. Will he be there next year? Dillon may be there starting running back next year, but this year I can't put Aaron Jones in the top 10 because of the rookie they picked up, and they already have somebody behind him. Eckler for San Diego. He's like a Kamura type of running back. A lot of receiving yards. Before he can kind of take a break, you had Melvin Gordon there. I can't say holding him back, but they can take a break back and forth. Eckler's going to be their main guy. He's going to put up points. I can't see him putting up great numbers. You got a new quarterback there. I can't put him in my top 10. Drake for Arizona. I have potential seeing him have a decent year. I don't think he's going to have as good a year as some people think. You got a good quarterback there in Murray. Some really good wide receivers. They're going to take the pressure off of Drake. But I just can't see him having a top 10 year. There's other guys out there I think are going to have a better year than Drake. Talking about just missing it, my number 11 guy was Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Kansas City. Because of Damian Williams dropping out, here's one rookie that's going to be right there in the top 10. I can't say he's going to take it over that number 1 spot right off the bat. You got some other guys on that list there in Kansas City that were there last year that are coming back from injury or did well. I think they're going to split some time with him for quite a while, so that's going to hurt him at the beginning of the season. Another rookie is Jonathan Taylor for Indianapolis. You got Mac. Mac's done fine. He had a 1,000-year running year last year, 1,000 yards rushing. Sorry. There's going to be some split time there. Next year, Taylor might be their number 1 guy and put up a lot better numbers. He may be in the top 10. Because he's a rookie and you got a veteran running back already there, I can't put him in the top 10. Saying the same thing about Cam Akers. Rams. You lost Gurley, but you had Henderson. Henderson did fine, guys. There's a couple other running backs there. Akers is not going to be I don't think the number 1 guy right off the bat. I think Henderson's going to split some time with him. That hurts the numbers. Singletary, I like Singletary. Top 15, I think. He's going to do more rushing, and then he can also receive. So he can have some numbers receiving. But they got Zach Moss. Rookie's going to take some time away from Singletary. Probably not as much. They lost Gore. They lost some other running backs on Buffalo. So Singletary, I think numbers are going to go up. But I don't think they'll be in the top 10 type of numbers. Not yet. So there's my guys that just didn't quite make the list. Brett, who's your guys that didn't quite make your top 10 list?
I only have 4 on my list. I'm going to go through them and only talk about certain ones. I have Todd Gurley, James Conner, Le'Veon Bell, and Kareem Hunt. Talking about certain ones, Todd Gurley, he's not doing that good anymore. He's still up there. He's definitely not a bad or a below average. He's definitely above average running back. He's not the elite level anymore. He's going to a team that relies on the run. Relies on the pass, so he won't get that much rushing yards. But he is a good running back. He just doesn't fit in my top 10. He is getting slightly worse, in my opinion, over the years. James Conner, he's played 1 year as a starter. He is very good the games he's played, but he just doesn't. He isn't better than the players I chose for the top 10. Le'Veon Bell. He was on the Pittsburgh Steelers, which are probably one of the best teams. I'm not sure if we're gonna do top 10 teams, but he might be in my top 10. Pittsburgh Steelers might be in my top 10 teams. Le'Veon Bell with Pittsburgh's offensive line, he did very good against the Jets. He was still doing good, but their offensive line held him back, and he wasn't getting as many rushing attempts, but he was still good. He just missed the list. Kareem Hunt, when he was with the Chiefs, a very good offensive line. He did very good with the Browns. He started getting a little worse, even though I think they have a slightly better offense, except maybe the quarterback. So Kareem Hunt, he just missed my list because he proved he can do good on a good team, but he's getting worse on a team that's slightly worse than the Chiefs, and he didn't get that many big plays, and he just missed my top 10 also.
Okay, so if we're ready for the top 10, get my shit-picking hat on here, guys. I said some of these guys you're not going to agree with, so I'm not going to wear this because the next guy I do like. The next guy I did meet in real life, guys. He's a super nice guy. I've heard he's been working out a lot. His competition's no longer on the team. They still got one good running back. David Montgomery, guys. David Montgomery, I think, is going to have a big year. He was hurt by offensive line play last year, quarterback play last year. He still had over 1,000 yards rushing, guys. Or 1,000, yeah, I believe 1,000 yards rushing, almost. Barely. As a rookie, not getting the starting job, battling with other running backs. This year, it's his team, guys, to run. Yeah, you got Cohen. Cohen's going to do a lot of receiving as a running back out of the backfield. Montgomery, he's a bulldog guy. He's going to run. He can carry guys. He gets through that front line. If they can block for him, the Bears got some good tight ends now. If they can block that front, where he can get through that front defensive line, and he's one-on-one with a safety or a cornerback. You ever see a guy on a railroad tracks get run over by a train, guys? That's what's going to happen. He's going to run over him. He's a tough runner. You get him through that front line, he's going to be tough. Montgomery, I think, is going to have a very good year if the Bears can get some running lanes for him, and not 3 and out. Get the offense moving. Montgomery's going to be, I think, going to have a very good year. So I like David Montgomery from that number 10 spot.
For not my number 10 spot, Josh Jacobs. He was with David Montgomery in the same draft class. In my opinion, on the Raiders, he did a good offensive line. He's fast. I don't think he can break that many tackles, but he can juke people. He can make people miss tackles. He's a very good rookie running back now. He's in his second year. He's going to do better. The Raiders aren't going to rely on the run like they did last year. They're going to switch it in, but pure talent-wise, he definitely fits in the top 10, and he is better than the people who just missed the list.
Okay, number 9, guys. Number 9 is, for me, is another second-year running back. I mentioned a little before. Same with Montgomery. Some of his competition on his team is no longer there. This is his team to run with, guys. And I think he's going to have a very good year. Miles Sanders for the Eagles. He can catch as well as run. And I think, I believe he's their starter this year. And I think he's going to have a big year for the Eagles. So Miles Sanders is my number 9.
And for my number 9 is David Montgomery. I think he is slightly better than Josh Jacobs. David Montgomery, in my opinion, had the worst offensive line in football last year. They gave up blocks. They weren't even blocking correctly. He still got almost 1,000 yards rushing. He can run over people, break tackles. He is super aware of the offensive line. If the offensive line is not moving, he runs to open. He opens pockets by himself. He can see openings. He fits in the top 10. He's better than Josh Jacobs because he can break tackles, run over people, and with that he can juke people. He's fast. He's not faster than Josh Jacobs, but he's still very fast running back. He can just run over people, and if it's a 1 yard gain, he can definitely get that 9.5 times out of 10. He can get that first down.
Hey, some number 8 guys. Number 8. Brett mentioned him. Is Josh Jacobs for the Raiders. Another second-year player coming in, knows the league now. I said these guys are all second-year players coming in. Jacobs, I rank just probably a hair higher because he had a better year last year. If he's going to have a better year than these guys this year, I don't know. He kind of had the reins there at Raiders all last year, had a little better numbers. So going into this year, I'm giving him a little notch up, but these guys here very well could catch him. But number 8 for me is Josh Jacobs.
Mine is Mark Ingram for Baltimore Ravens. He's mostly a power back, but he can still run fast and juke people. He's with Lamar Jackson, which helps him a lot, but I'm doing pure skill-based. He is, comparing against these two, he's not faster than Josh Jacobs, and he's not that much. He's a little better at a power back than Montgomery, in my opinion. He's just more experienced, and that's mostly why I have him marked above those two, because they're second-year players. Mark Ingram is a veteran. He knows more plays. He can see openings better, and he's just a veteran. That's why I have him above these two. But after this year, I bet these two are above him.
Number 7, guys, another younger player, but he's been in the league a couple years now. All right, Mixon. I think he's got another very good year. He had a good year last year. Potentially could be a top 5. There's some guys up there, though, above him. But I see Mixon having another good year, another running back that can receive as well as catch. Has a decent team around him that can take the pressure off. So my number 7 is Mixon.
Mine is Kamara. By looking at my list again, I could probably switch up a few of these, like maybe put these two above those two, but Kamara, he's a fast running back, used to be running back with the Saints with Ingram, but he's just a very good running back. He's a veteran, he can run, he can run through people, he knows play coverages, he can receive. That's what he has better than these three, is the receiving back trait. All of those three I don't think are good receiving backs. Dave Montgomery, he's not a receiving back. Josh Jacobs and Mark Ingram, they're not receiving backs. Those two are probably better power backs, but just that receiving quality is probably putting Kamara above these three.
All right, guys, number 6. Number 6. Again, if you can't read my writing, it's Nick Chubb. He had a very good year last year. I see this team coming back around. Mayfield didn't have a very good year last year. Odell Beckham was hurt. Defense is could kind of creep up this year if everybody's healthy on this team. I know you got Kareem Hunt coming back. He didn't do the greatest last year. The first 4 games, I think he was suspended. Then they got him in a little bit. I don't think he's going to have much of an impact. The difference maker on Chubb's numbers. I think Chubb's numbers are going to be just as good again this year. So I think with the better players around him that are staying healthy, I think Chubb could have a very good year. Number 6 on my list.
My number 6 could easily be a number 5 and take his place, but I have Aaron Jones. He's on the Packers. He's better than all of these players. Maybe he's a little bit faster. He's a better power back than a receiving back. But all those, Jones is a little better, and the rest of the things that count as a running back. He can play a receiving back. He is very fast. He can juke people. He can get a lot of yards, a lot of acceleration. He's just a little better than all of these guys. All of these 6 to 10 in my list could go either way. You can mix and match them, but they're a little better than each other.
Number 5, guys. Number 5 was a hard one for me. I'll write his name on the board, and I'll get into him in a little bit. Dalvin Cook from Minnesota. Now, if he's going to play a full season, yeah, he's top 5 running back. If he's going to hold out, guys, which I don't think he's going to do, but I've not read a whole lot what he's planning on doing right now. If Cook holds out, all this gets bumped up, he gets bumped down. I got Kamura right here, number 10, and everybody else bumps up one if Cook holds out. I don't know what Cook's going to do. I didn't draft him in any of my fantasy league drafts this year because I don't like having a running back that's going to hold out. I didn't draft, like last year, Ezekiel, Elliott, Gordon. They hold out. You don't know how long they're holding out, how rusty they're going to be. I don't like guys going to season that I want to hold out, this and that. They come in and play with his kind of abilities. Great. Yeah, he's top 5. If he's going to hold out, stats are down, numbers are down. It hurts me, guys, but I do have him as number 5. I thought about leaving him off the list and bump everybody up and put Kamara here's my number 10 and bump everybody up, but I'm thinking he's going to play. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. So being that he say that he's going to be there week 1, I got him number 5.
I have my number 5, Dalvin Cook. He can easily be down in the 9s to 6s because if I'm not doing this, but if I was doing like the attitudes of the players, he'll definitely be on the lower side of the list. But this pure talent-wise, he's definitely a top 5. He makes openings. I'm gonna say this a lot, but he's just like a slightly improved version of Aaron Jones. That's really all I have to say is he's just an improved version of all these guys. Maybe in a few years, Dave Montgomery, Josh Jacobs are gonna be better. But with him gonna hold out, and with his attitude, and if I was doing talent and attitude and combining those two, he would definitely be on the lower side of the list. But your talent, he's number 5.
My number 4, guys, is Mr. Freight Train himself, Derrick Henry. He's gonna run over people, guys. He's a big guy, can run over people. He can receive a little bit. He's not known for his receiving abilities. He's mostly going to run and run you over. So my next guys on the list can run. They got speed. They can also catch. So that's the reason he bumps down to number 4. Just because my next 3 guys all have all around abilities of catching, blocking, receiving, and running. So Henry's a little bit lack of receiving ability knocks him down to my number 4 spot. He's copying me, guys. Look at this. He's copying me. I didn't even look at his notes.
I also have Derrick Henry. Out of all these, he's way better at all of these. A power back. He can receive. He's not that much of an exclusive back, which means he can't juke that much, but he can.
Flatten you.
I'm going to say this with 1 through 3 also. They can run through people, they can juke, they can catch, and he's just better than Dalvin Cook. But I have him at my number 4.
My number 3, guys. I think it's 2 T's. Ezekiel Elliott for Dallas Cowboys. Can run, can catch, all-around good player. Got a good offensive line there. He can, block for him, which I think is a huge plus when you got a running back. I said Montgomery, I'd rank Montgomery higher if they get, their offensive line can open holes for him. You got an offensive line that can open holes that a freight train can run through, guys. any running back can be good, but Ezekiel Elliott does have the talent to go with that. So being able to receive and run. So number 3 on my list is Ezekiel Elliott. Still copying me. I'm going to change my line just so he can't copy me no more.
I also have Ezekiel Elliott. He's just a very good power back. Comparing him to Henry, he can. I think Henry has a slightly better catching ability as a receiving back, but Ezekiel Elliott, he's maybe a slightly worse power back, but I think he can break through more tackles than Derrick Henry, and he can perform more jukes than Derrick Henry, so I have him slightly above him.
My number 2 guys. Jaquan Barkley. Another guy, I mean, his juking ability, guys, he could be there and then over here and then gone. I love his acceleration, his change of direction, receiving ability, rushing ability. He got hurt last year. I had him on my team last year, guys, on my best fantasy league team. When he got hurt, that hurt me badly. I mean, to put those kind of numbers off the boards. But he can catch, he can run. His running ability is awesome, changing directions, and I said the acceleration. What worries me a little bit about Zeke is the team he's on. Daniel Jones, they got to get him past a little bit more, where defenses aren't just focusing on Barkley. They got to open up that offense, give Barkley some more room to run, some more room to catch. But if the Giants could open up their offense game plan a little bit, I say he's already a number 2. He could have a lot better numbers. So Barkley's my number 2. He's copying. I know. I'm hiding my notes.
You know who's going to be number 1. But comparing to these two, Barkley, he's definitely not a power back. He's definitely more of an exclusive back, which means he can juke more. He can outrun some few players. That's why I have him slightly above these two, is because he can catch better than both of them. He's faster than both of them. He can juke better than both of them. And in my opinion, he can see the openings more in like the offensive line or in the backfield. So I have him slightly better than these two.
Go ahead and write your number 1 up there. Let's see if I'm gonna see if I have to copy him. Go ahead and write number 1. Go ahead. Let's see if I copy.
You gonna copy?
I don't know. Talk to about your running back, and I'll.
I already used my joke.
Go ahead. Talk about your running back.
He's overall a very good running back. He can catch, he can receive, he can run over people. I think he's a little better than both of these two, because those 3, because he's a balanced running back. He's fast. He's faster than these two. He can juke better than these two. He has more awareness than him, and he can has more power than him. But if he uses my joke, I'm gonna erase him quickly.
Oh no!
And actually, my number 1 running back is
Lamar Jackson. Over 1,200 yards rushing last year, guys, and he threw for 3,000 yards. What about running back you could get? Fine, it must be that way. My number 1 running back, guys. You ain't gonna beat this guy.
Aaron Rodgers.
Is the Sasquatch. I've seen him run, guys. He's over 7 foot tall, can outrun anybody I've ever seen. Don't need no freaking offensive line. Can outleap any receiver out there. He can catch. He can run. You think 10 guys can't take him down, guys?
We should make a video about him and for the tryouts of the playoffs and for the NFL teams.
Yeah, we need to get Sasquatch drafted, guys. I know they're doing some cuts, but I think the Sasquatch, if he can get into any team, dude, 7 foot tall, he can just grab the ball at 10 feet in the air. Nobody's going to outleap the ability, guys. His strength is just, he can pick up almost 1,000 pounds and throw him around. That offensive lineman going to go flying, guys. So Sasquatch, let's put a petition up. Let's get him signed. Get him on at least a walk on some team of a tryout. Guys, I think the Sasquatch could be the number 1 draft pick, number one fantasy player in the league. I've not seen him throw a whole lot. I mean, but imagine his hands.
He has very bad hands. Plays that whenever I throw him the ball, he misses and he miscatches it. He doesn't have good hands. In our old intro, but
this is a football in my hand. This is like a football in Sasquatch hands, guys. It's like throwing a BB to him. A running back, though, if you got a 17-inch foot stomp on your face, guys. I mean, he's got huge monster feet. He's gonna run. He can get traction. You know, put him on AstroTurf. Holy crap, guys! So, just joking. My number 1 is McCaffrey, guys, too. McCaffrey, what worries me a little bit about McCaffrey is just Cam Newton is no longer there. You got a new quarterback there. But I think, just lost his name. Bridgewater can manage the game. I think Bridgewater is not going to hurt McCaffrey. So, I mean, McCaffrey's fast, very fast, guys. He can receive. He can do it all. McCaffrey's my first pick. If we can't get Sasquatch out there, to me, you know, you get somebody that's over 7 foot tall and weighs over 500-600 pounds, dude. You're not going to stop him. Think about Refrigerator Perry or Jerome Bettis. This guy's twice their size, 3 times their size. And you're not going to stop the big guy. So
we should do a tryout video of me versus Sasquatch.
Sasquatch tryout for the NFL for 2020, guys. We'll get him out there. Anyway, McCaffrey, and for right now, until we get Sasquatch tried out. Anyway, here's our top 10 picks for the 2020 season, guys. Like I said, things can change with injuries, with drafts, with this and that, with walk-ons, who knows. Anyways, thanks for watching this, guys. Like our page, subscribe to us, make some comments. If you want to see the Sasquatch tryout, we'll give him a call, guys. We got his helmet right here. He's ready to go whenever. He loves playing football, so we'll get him out here. So, I said he's kind of a big dope, though. I mean,
he likes dancing.
Receiving wise, he does drop passes. I don't know why. He's got huge hands. He should be able to just like super
he likes
glue.
butterbread.
Yeah, he's a butterbread hands, guys. His hands just he needs a ball like this big. So at any rate, thanks for watching. If you like our episodes, subscribe to us. Tell us what you want to see. If you see Sasquatch do his NFL tryouts, let us know. We'll set up a tryout for him somewhere. So thanks, guys, for watching. Until next time.